Good morning. Well, this holiday weekend, I thought I'd choose this time. I've been pretty busy. I've been back to playing my online chess tournaments and so on after a couple of years of not doing so. And I'm telling you, I am working hard to get back up to par. And I'm finally ranked. I'm way down at the bottom, but I'm ranked. But what I wanted to discuss with you all during this Black History Month, that we need to stop deluding ourselves that that blue and red thing means anything to us, where we're located, where we live, where we visit, any of that stuff, because that's not for us. That's for others. A lot of people say, oh, it's a blue state, and everybody's liberal and oh, the whole 9 yards. And they put up these blue red charts and everything. But there's a chart that I'm going to put up on my post. And that's the chart that I looked at. That since in the 1600s, 1619 to date, we're just maybe 50 or 60 years out of segregation. And that was a smaller time than the slavery thing. But people want us to forget that. But we're not allowed to forget it. Simply because when you are just a regular person and you travel somewhere, you see the slights. You see how people treat you. I mean, because there are people who say, oh, I wouldn't live in Alabama. Oh, I wouldn't live in Louisiana. Why not? Like that guy said in the Sinners movie, Chicago is just Mississippi with tall buildings. It's everywhere, even in the court system. You're invisible unless you have a white person speaking for you. That's why you need an attorney. That's why when you try to go on your own, I don't care where you are, you basically are invisible to those who have that mindset. And as for example, Colorado, you have a black family there that is being harassed unmercifully. They have a thriving business. They have a farm. They have cattle. Their animals have been killed, and now the sheriff is trying to prosecute them for filing a false police report that their animals were killed. Having a horrible time. But this goes on everywhere. I don't care what they say the color of your state is. California, blue state, right? That shit still goes on in some places there. Places like Orange County, Folsom County. There's pockets of it, huge pockets of it. It's like red surrounding the blue, not the other way around. So when we, as a people, start looking at how something impacts us and what our situation actually is, we need to stop looking at blue and red. We need to look at black, okay? And govern ourselves accordingly. Because a lot of people feel like, well, maybe this or maybe that. But there are black people who supported Trump. Some still do. And then some of them have gotten their wake-up call, like our Mexican um, immigrants who supported him wholeheartedly, our other immigrants, Somalian, uh, Palestinian, they all supported him. What happened? So you can't say, well, I support this or that, the other. You got to support yourself and look at things realistically. And I'm with the 92%. I'm looking and I'm saying, well, you know, I cannot accept people, anybody, being shot because they're protesting. In that respect, we're on equal ground. But that's been happening to us. We don't have to be protesting. We can just be walking anywhere in this country. It could happen. I don't care if the state is blue or red. And when you're deciding, oh, I wouldn't live in this place or that place, you better start looking up the history. We know the South's history, but it's in the North as well. Look what happened to the Native Americans, and it's still happening. And now they're finally admitting that many of us are Native American, that we were already here. And there's documentation of that surfacing finally. We didn't just come here. Some of us were already here. So what we need to do is learn more. I mean, we can put up all the things and all the accomplishments to remind ourselves of our value and our worth and what we have contributed to this country. But if they're still not teaching it in the schools to their children, then it's kind of a hollow victory. It gives us the pride in ourselves, but it doesn't give us the respect from without. And that's what we need. We need others to know exactly how much we have contributed to this country. We need people who are in positions of power, such as judges and so on, and elected officials, to recognize us and respect us. And when we call as a constituent, or we're in a courtroom, show that attorney some respect. Show that constituent some respect. But do not ever disrespect us as people. Slavery is over. And the only slavery that exists is a mindset that many of us still have. All that other stuff, the civil rights stuff they say, we got, where is it now? Almost gone. Anything they give you, they can take away. That's why you have to, as I tell my family members, no one can pull the rug out from under you if you don't stand on that rug and rely on that rug being underneath your feet. And unless it's your rug, it can be snatched away at any time. That's why people are buying land. Those who are woke are buying land because that's theirs. It's just like a lot of people, rely on the Google AdSense. They can take that away from you. I have a lot of followers now, but I'm not monetized. I got almost to the point where I had membership, but I never submitted anything so that I would be on their payroll, simply because I know they can take it away. And subconsciously, we do rely on it, some extra income or whatever. But that's our reality. And when you see people who are saying, vote blue, vote black, look at what's going on in your community. Go through the um, court records. See what's happening there with people. You can find out how many traffic stops there are. You can find out a lot of stuff if you just look at it. And that's how you determine how you're going to vote. Now, in this particular instance, I'll vote blue, but if I know somebody is basically from a county in the state that I live in, I'm not voting for them. I don't care if they are blue. Because some of them blue people are just as racist as some of the red people. They treat us the same way. And that's our reality. And we need to stop looking down on the location where some of our other brothers and sisters live in the South and realize that there are people in the North going through the same crap. Now, I'm not trying to say that people are not liberal, that all people are like that. What I'm saying is, don't go by blue or red. You've got to look at, like AOC, okay? That's the kind of blue I would vote for. Jasmine Crockett, that's the kind of blue I would vote for. And I would have voted for the mayor of New York had I been there. But if you know somebody ain't right, it won't make any difference. And we also have to stop using our hard-earned money and resources supporting companies that don't support us. That's the bottom line right there. And I was one who liked to eat at the fast food places and so on. And when those lists start coming out of those who supported removing equal opportunity from their businesses, I was surprised at how many places I couldn't eat no more. Because I'm not going to put a dime into their pockets, period. And I do hope that this is accepted, with the intent in which it is provided. But we need to wake up. We've been asleep long enough. We need to look at the facts. And those brothers and sisters that can't see it, and all they see is I don't know what they see when they support Trump. I have no clue. I don't understand it. Okay, still their choice. Let them have it. But believe you me, they are one traffic stop away from being harassed and profiled. Because sometimes Paul Mooney called it. He called it clearly. One day you get your nigga wake up call. If you haven't heard of Paul Mooney, you need to Google him and watch some of his stuff. And then when that wake up call happens, sometimes it's so deflating is what it is. And disappointing. And they have to get there. You can't take them there. You can talk to Can't talk no more till you're out of breath. They won't hear you. They will have to experience it on their own and understand, wow, they don't see me. They don't care about me. Really don't care about me. But they have to see that as an individual. So let them support who they want to support. They'll find out. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that to, the forefront on this President's Day Eve in Black History Month. So we can look at things with some clarity, with some real eyes, and with a deeper understanding of how things really work. Now, I'll post that chart on my community wall, but please know, please be safe out there. Try not to have any confrontations with them folks. Keep your head down right now, but keep your papers on you. We shouldn't have to show papers, but what's going on now? You better have your birth certificate, your passport, and your driver's license. I don't care if you walk in. Have it on you, a copy of it, because I've heard that they get rid of it. And give a copy to an original, to the original, to someone, or a copy to someone that you know that you have to call so that they'll be able to provide it should it be needed. That's where we're at right now. And hopefully soon, this should come to an end, but look at what has happened while in our faces. You got people of all races now being killed because they were there. So anyway, you all have a good holiday. Think about this. Look forward. But don't ever look down on anybody because of they're in a red state. Because what people in red states go through it's not pleasant. But people in blue states go through it too. And that's what we need to join together and understand. We think we're in a better position, but if shit hit the fan, we ain't.